Hey everyone, it's me, Jonathan from Motor Psychology. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And thanks so much for your continual support. It's greatly appreciated. So in today's video, I'm taking a break from all my toys and project cars here. And I've got a couple in my driveway here that I'm working on. But I'm just gonna do a standard repair on that old Ford Ranger. So it's the sway bar link on the right wheel, and I'm going to get ready and show you guys how you can replace one of those links, which is not really that difficult. So stick around and let's get into it and see how it goes. So initially last week I was changing the snow tires off to the summer tires, and I noticed that that link had broke. So generally my daughter drives this truck, so I'm gonna fix it for her. I've ordered the parts in. The parts are about $30 at the most, and I also have to, looking at it, I probably should do the tie rod ends. I've ordered those, but I'm not gonna do it in this video. I just wanna get this repair quickly done. So the first thing that we're gonna do is jack this up and take that wheel off and have a look at what I'm working with. So let's do that. All right, in order to do this, the recommended way is to keep your wheel straight. So it's just line it up straight, jack it up, pull that wheel off, pop this little hubcap off. Stick that there. I'm going to loosen these things. Going to jack this up. This truck has a really great jacking spot here. So easy. Looking inside underneath the front end, that is the spot where the jack goes, and I'm just going to jack it a little bit to get it off the ground here. This is off the ground, that is. Quickly take this off. Put all these guys out of the way. Take the wheel off. Put that out of the way. So there is the rotor there, and the caliper, and also the brake pads. So moving up into the suspension area, here is the stabilizer bar and the stabilizer bar link that goes to the lower control arm. This is your tie rod end, the outer, which I see is also damaged as well, just right there. I'm going to replace this as well, but not today. I have new parts in, and it shouldn't be too hard to get that thing done. But the immediate concern is getting this guy out and a new one in place. Hopefully it won't be that difficult. I've got a jack stand underneath for safety, but I'm still going to keep my jack in place because I don't think it's in the way. Now I got to go and check this thing out, so I'll be right back. There's the bottom of the bar for the sway bar connector, which is, we're looking underneath the lower control arm. So this needs to be undone, and hopefully I'll be able to get things off with that. So keeping my fingers crossed. All right, let's give this a shot and see if it will actually undo. At this stage, I have no idea. Let's hope so. I'm going to think that it's probably going to rotate the entire bar, if anything. So anyway, so it's worth a try. Yeah, it's rotating the entire bar. Unfortunately, I'll show you what I mean. Here is the stabilizer bar link. There's the stabilizer bar above, and right now when I turn the nut on the bottom, it's rotating this stabilizer bar link. All right, back out here with the vice grips. That should help. There's my setup here, gripping that as I go underneath and try and work on this thing here. And we're working on almost getting this thing off. Let's try that again from under here. Holding the vice grips at the top, get this guy in as much as I can. Perfect. All right, let's give it a shot. Okay, this guy is almost off now. Just get my normal wrench in here. Perfect. So that nut is off. This should just come straight out. Up in the top here, we've got the connection rod to the sway bar, and I got the bolt off underneath, and now it's just a matter of pulling it out here, which should be pretty straightforward. Try pop it up. Excellent. So it's out. There's that part, completely out. So looking at this stabilizer bar link, you can see that the top bolt was completely sheared off. So that's the bolt that would be on top of the stabilizer bar. And it's really just a long bolt, and I'll show you that in the new part. This does have a pretty fancy cover on it though. So, though I don't think I'm going to reuse it, it's not too bad. Yeah, so I pulled that off and you can see how rusted that is. So here's the new part. Once again, I got it from Napa. I also got the other one for the other side from Rock Auto, and they don't seem to be that much difference. I'll go grab the one from Rock Auto. Here's the one from Rock Auto. It's called Original Grade. This one is made in the USA. This one is made in the USA as well, which is good. Perfect. So either one, they're probably exactly the same. So let's open this one up and see what it looks like. Whoa. In the pack you get the super long bolt, which is right there. There is the sleeve. So that's all that is going to be there instead of that plastic part. I may check out that plastic part. I'll just have a look. So there's the parts anyway. So as you can see, it's just one long bolt really with bushings. Once again, these types of books are great. So this one is for a Ford Ranger, which is what I'm working on. Down here it says front stabilizer bar link nuts, 15 to 21 foot-pounds. So they're not really on there that tight. So nice to know. I actually like this sleeve quite a lot, but I'm not too sure if I can even get it off or I'm going to bother. But I'm going to save this just in case. But for the interim, I'm going to put on one of the generic ones. Let's open it up and get started. Lots of bushings. That guy just doesn't want to go on, does he? For the product to function correctly, tighten the assembly until the bushing starts to expand, then loosen a quarter turn. Well, that's nice to know. So, correct way, too tight. Right on. So, I'm going to go and install that right now. All right, in order to set this up properly, you just have to get the bushings through and the bolt through as well. So the best way to do it is these bushings have kind of like a one side goes through the hole and the other side is flat. That's cool. So the easiest way to do it is to stick the bottom one in there like that. Stick the hard washer, which is curved, on top. So the bottom one on the top of the control arm is good to go. It's a little bit more tricky getting this one in. So you have to set the top one up first. So knowing that it sits on that way, and you also need the washer on there, then it's just a matter of lining it up and doing that. So let's do that. Stick those on, fire that up, the rod. So we've got that one done. Then you got to slide it through the stabilizer bar, and now look for the sleeve. So put it through the stabilizer bar. Before you put the sleeve on, you've got to set up the bushing for the bottom of the stabilizer bar. That goes in like that. Then you have to make sure that you put the curved washer in place once again, like that. That's perfect. And then you have to grab the sleeve and put that in. And there's the sleeve. So for a short instance, you feel like you have your hands full, which you do, kind of. All right. So I'm going to put this back on here. That's just the steel washer there. Stick this up, line it up, pop it through the hole. So what I'm doing is pushing it through the control arm, pushing that through, and you can see at the top, that's done. This is in place. Now it's just a matter of doing the bottom bolt and torquing them up to, let's say, 20 foot-pounds, or until these things tend to squeeze a little bit. These are very hard bushings, so it's going to take a bit to get them to crumple a little bit. All right, I'm putting on the bottom one now. Okay, we're underneath the car now, and it's just a matter of getting the washer and bushing in and tightening the bolt up. All right, so with this, remember, you've got to put the part that has the little nib pointing out. That goes into the control arm side, like so, just like that. And then the washer goes on there, and it's just a matter of tightening it with the bolt. The bolt is here. Get it started. Let's hope. There we go. Now we're going to tighten it up. All right, let's tighten this up. Time to get the torque wrench. So I've got this mini torque wrench here, which will be great. It does it in foot-pounds, but only up to 45, so it's perfect for small jobs like this. And I'm just going to use the gauge here and dial it up to 20, which is just a matter of looking at the scale, finding where 20 is, and sliding this guy down and turning the torque wrench until you get it up to the 20 mark. All right, so that's lined up with the 20 and 0, so that's 20 foot-pounds, and I'll go down there and torque that up. That's what it's looking like from the top. Pretty much done, good to go. Just tighten it up, and there you go. That's a simple, relatively easy, but not something you want to do in the middle of winter job for your suspension. Okay, let's torque this up. Couple more turns. All right, let's see, that's good. What you want to do at a later time is drive it for, a few weeks, and then come down and retorque it in case things loosen up. Time to put the wheel back on. Go. Stick the nuts on. These get torqued to 100 foot-pounds, and they go on top, bottom, like that. As far as tightening them, there we go. That's good enough. I can lower the vehicle now, and then I'll get my torque wrench and torque them up to 100. Slide that out of there, lower the vehicle. Come back and torque these. Same methodology for this larger torque wrench. It's just a matter of finding the gauge here and turning that up to 100, which is 90 plus 10 on the dial. So bring this up to 90. Whoops. There's 90 right there, and then move that to 10. Right there, and you're at 90 plus 10 is your 100. Clicking is telling me it's at 100. It's at 100. 100. 100. There. I usually go around for another quick check here. Line those up, fire them in. That's done. So that's that job complete. A new stabilizer link bar in there, and should be good to go. Hey everyone, that concludes the video on changing out the stabilizer link to the lower control arm on that 2009 Ford Ranger. Incidentally, I bought that Ranger brand new back in 2009, and it's now late April 2023. So things are working out and things are starting to get a little bit tired on that vehicle. It's one of my daily drivers. Anyway, I thought the video, although it's short, will be useful. There needs to be more of this type of stuff out here on YouTube so that people can see how to do this type of work and also get some basic information so they don't have to look around and have to try and research that stuff. So I really appreciate you guys sticking around on this channel. I've got some more projects coming in. Some are going to be obviously with the Corvette that's in the garage and perhaps the CRX. In the meantime, thanks everyone for your support. Greatly appreciated, and we'll see you all in the next video.